connectivity issue. We could not take the photograph properly. So all the participants are requested once again to please switch on their cameras so we can take the snapshot once again. I request all the participants to please switch on their camera. I request all the participants to please switch on their cameras. Amit sir, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Sir, could you please take the snapshot? All the participants are not visible here.
Manish Khare sir, can you stop presenting for a moment so that we can take photographs? I request Manish Khare sir.
My presentation is closed or not?
Yes, it is closed.
Okay, thank you.
So thank you all of you. Manish sir, you can please start your presentation. First, let me introduce our first technical session is covered by Dr. Manish Khare. Dr. Manish Khare is affiliated with Dhirubhai Ambani Institute of Information and Communication Technology, IICT, Gandhinagar, Gujarat, India, as Assistant Professor. Dr. Manish has more than 6 years teaching and research experience. He received his DPhil degree in Computer Science from University of Allahabad, India in 2015. He received MTech degree in Computer Science and Engineering from CDEC, Noida, India in year 2009 and MSc in Computer Science from University of Allahabad, India in year 2006. As a postdoctoral fellow, he worked in Department of Electrical Engineering and Computer Science, Gwangju Institute of Science and Technology from Gwangju, Republic of Korea in 2016 and 17. Dr. Manish has authored and co-authored more than 70 papers in reputed journals, national and international conferences. Dr. Manish also working as active reviewers for reputed professional journals and conferences. He is having an active association with different societies and academics. He made his mark in the scientific community with the contributions and widely recognition from honorable subject experts around the world. Dr. Manish has received several awards for the contributions to the scientific community. Dr. Manish Sir is active member of IEEE, Computer Society of India, ACM. His research interests include image and video processing, computer vision, machine learning, and applications of wavelet transforms. Thank you, Manish sir, for being here as the active speaker. You could please start your presentation.
Thank you, organizing committee, for inviting me for the FDP on the data science. And good afternoon, everyone. So myself, Manish Khare, and my mail ID is given here in this slide. So if you have any doubts or anything you want to discuss with me, you can just mail me. And within the DICT, we have started one center, that is the Center for Artificial Intelligence and Language Processing. Logo you can see here. And we are looking for the collaborative research inside India and outside India. And now come toward the title of this talk. So as this is the first session of the faculty development. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay, so as this is the first session of the faculty development program on the data science, so here I am giving you different overview of the data science, and I will discuss for how data science are. I am requesting please mute all participants. There's so many noise are coming. So how data science are revolutionizing the world. So why we talk about the data science? What is the need for the talking about the data science? So as we know that data are the everywhere. As we can see that data are in the form of the audio, or data in the form of video, or data are in the form of the images, or data are in the form of the different text, or means every second we are getting the some data. So for the handling of the huge amount of the data, we need the concept about the data science. So as we can see that the growth of the data versus growth of the data analysis. So we are moving towards the higher amount of the data, but in comparison to that, our data analysis are the very less for the analyzing that particular data. So as in the previous, I informed data are the all around. So basically every second or every moment we have a lots of the data that we are collecting and warehousing, either in form of whatever we can say, either in form of the text or video, image, or any analysis or etc. There are so many varieties of that one. Either we can, if we have moved toward the internet, then web data or e-commerce data, or we can talk about the different financial transaction or any bank transactions, or we can talk about the online trading or the purchasing. So every movement, for example, if we have taken one example of the Amazon India, so on that we have a different web data for the handling of the information about the product, handling the information about the sellers, handling information about the warehouses, and also we are handling for the purchasing or the suggestion with respect to previous purchasing or the transaction whatever you have purchased. So there are the, for each particular one data we are handling the different varieties of the data. If we have talked about the social networking, then as we know in the Facebook or the Twitter or any other platform, we are handling the different varieties of the data on that particular social network. So can we assume that, can we visualize how much data do we have? For example, Google processes 30 petabyte data in a single day. That 30 petabyte data for the your particular YouTube or Google Drive or Google searching engine. So there are the different varieties of the data that we are processing in the Google, and that is the huge amount. That is the 30 petabyte. As we can say that 1 petabyte have a 1024 gigabyte. One petabyte have a 1024 terabyte. So you can analyze, you can visualize how much data we have in the Google. Same for the Facebook, that have a daily log of the 80 terabytes, and that contains the audio, that contains the images or any Facebook post or any video that we are sharing on the Facebook. So that has a larger amount of the data we are handling every day at the different places. Same another example, that eBay, that is the commercial website, and that contains the 7.5 petabyte of the user data plus 70 terabyte per day for the different purposes there, and that is the record of the September 2020. And there are the different genome projects that also contains the different amounts of the terabyte. So now you can analyze cost of the 1 TB hard disk if we are saying that. So that is the 35 US dollar, or if we are talking with respect to Indian rupees, so that is the approximate 4,000 to 5,000 Indian rupees. And for the timing of the reading that particular 1 terabyte disk, that contains the 3 hour. So you can visualize that how much data we are accessing for the analyzing that particular data. So for that things we need to know for the data science. So for before the starting of data science, first we need to know about the big data. So what is the difference between the data and the big data? So data is just whatever we have. So that is the concept of the data. But if we are more huge amount of the data at one particular scenario, so that can be said as the big data. So big data is any data that is expensive to manage and hard to extract value from. For example, if we are talking about the Facebook, that contains the something terabyte data. Can we manage that at the same time? आपके मोबाइल में 100 या 200 images होती हैं, that can be also expensive for the managing all images at the same time. So you can analyze for the 70 or 30 terabyte data. And that may be volume, so that is the size of the data, velocity, so that is the latency of the data processing relative to growing demand for interactivity, or variety, so that are the different variety. For example, we can say that sources, format, or quality, or structure. So these are the different varieties with respect to that big data. So now you can say that big data have a 3 portion, that is the volume, velocity, and variety. Volume we can say that a kilobyte, megabyte, gigabyte, terabyte, or petabyte. With respect to velocity, we can say that that is the real time or near about the real time, or we are talking with respect to periodic data type. And variety, that are the different variety. We are taking with respect to wave, or we are talking with respect to video or audio or photo, or with respect to some database or the reports or any social technology or SMS. So these are the different varieties of the data for the big data. Now types of the data we have. As an initial slides, I discussed the different types of the data, either text or the image or video. So apart from that, there are some more category, more types of the data, that are the relational data. Means if we have a talking for the banking system, so transaction, on that we are getting the transaction with respect to credit, debit, or we have a different law. For example, in the tables, we can say that which type of the table we have. Either we have a customer table, or we have some relational with respect to transaction, or the so on. And there is a different, that is the text data. So we can talk about the text data as well, that we can take from the web, or if we have taken any web page, so on that we are getting the different amount of the data. Or different some structured data, that we can say that semi-structured, so that is the, for example, XML, that is the extended markup language, or any graph amount of the data, or any social networking or the semantic web data, or any streaming data. For example, nowadays we are doing the streaming of everything for our online classes. So that also contains the some data information, that some data knowledge there. So you can afford to scan the data once. Basically, we have a larger, huge amount of data. So can you afford to scan that? You cannot afford to scan. So for that reason, we need to know about the data science. So data science or data scientist automatically scan with respect to different terminology, with respect to different algorithms that can be scanned these amount of the data.
So now we are coming toward the overview of the data science. So data science is a new term, and that is the same sense whenever the Columbus discovered a new continent in the 1,000 years ago. That definition is given by the Hector, and he is a professor in the Stanford University. Some more possible definition of the data science. So before the starting of the data science should probably begin with the definition of the term of the data science, or with the least what this term means in the context of the different people or discipline with respect to whatever we have saying that. So despite the fact of the people that we can say that whatever the data science, what we are doing on that data science with respect to that thing. So we can say that data science is the application of the computational and statistical technique to address or gain insight into some problem in the real world. For example, if we have a larger amount of the data, sometimes you have seen that if we are doing some search on the Google, and after the some days after that, if you are seeing again, so you are getting related things according to that whatever you have searched, you are seeing the advertisements of that in that particular Google or in the Facebook or in the other pages. So that is also concept of the data science, means whatever you have checked that we have stored in the some places, we have some log of that. So we after the company have do the some analysis between that with respect to your particular IP or with respect to your particular thing, and then they are providing different advertisement with respect to that data whatever you have searched before the that one. So you can see there are the three words that is the most important, that is the key phrases of the that particular data science. So first one is the computational, then second one is the statistical, and then third one is the your real world. So you can say that, and so computational means data science typically involves some sort of the algorithm that are the written in the code. Then you can see for the statistical, that means we are building some prediction, and real world means we are talking with respect to deriving insight not into some artificial process but also with respect to some truth in the real world. So these three, first one is the computational. So first one is the computational, then again we are talking with respect to statistical, then we are talking with respect to real world. So these are the different scenarios. For example, computational, statistical and real world. These are the three key phrases for the applying definition for the data science. So data science can be collective process of the different things. So we can say that data science is the statistics, that is also the process of the data processing, that is also with respect to machine learning, that is also with respect to some scientific inquiry, that is also with respect to some visualization, that is also with respect to business analyst, or that is also with respect to some big data. So you can say that definition is very useful. Basically, your whatever things you are going nowadays, so every data scientist will be knowledgeable for the machine learning, that will also for the visualization, that will also know for the information about the statistics or the with respect to data science. So that we can say that the data science is a simple multidisciplinary field that uses methods, scientific process, algorithms and the system to extract knowledge and insight from that structured or unstructured data. So we can say with respect to all these one. Now we can say that data science is multidisciplinary. Basically, we have talked about the statistics, we talked about the machine learning, we talked about the visualization, we talked about with respect to processing. So we can say that key data science simply contains visualization, we contain so that contains the visualization, that contains the statistics, that contains the pattern recognition, that contains the machine learning, AI, data mining, or any knowledge discovery or database of processing. With respect to whatever things we have around our real world, all things can be together into one single data science. So simply we need to know about the domain knowledge, we need to know about the communication, then how we are presenting there, then how we are problem solving, then how we are analyzing, then how we are doing some business strategy for that particular purpose. So simple data science can be known as that is the multidisciplinary field for the all together into one. So we can say that AI, machine learning and deep learning. So these are also main important concepts for the analyzing of data for the data scientist. So AI, what AI do? So getting machine to do what humans are good at. Means whatever our human can be do, same machines can be also do there. Then machine learning. So feeding the algorithm the data to learn and predict something. AI में क्या होगा simple whatever human can do machine can be also do, but now machine learning is that machine is also learn the data from the whatever machine has and predict the information for the some other thing. For example, in the machine in the system we have provided the weather data of the previous 1 month or the weather data of the previous 1 year. Then with respect to that data, machine have been learned from that data and that predict the weather forecasting for the next few months, whatever the weather for that particular month. Now deep learning is also that is the some type of the machine learning and that contains the some feedback, feed forward, or with respect to that we can say that whatever the things we can learn with respect to machine learning. So that is the simple one type of that machine learning. And all these machine learning, deep learning, you will get the knowledge in the different session throughout the next 5 days. Now, what about the data science? How we are solving problem with respect to data? So now you can say that data science, that is the concept with respect to machine learning, with respect to some mathematics, with respect to some statistics, or with respect to some computer science or the engineering, or with respect to some different knowledge. So with a simple we are solving the data with respect to whatever things we have. So with respect to all these things we can solve the data. For example, domain knowledge we have. So with respect to that experience or value of the business, or if we have any algorithms or numerical techniques, so with respect to that we can apply, or if we have a computer or data engineering or with respect to different coding, so we can apply with respect to these things in the scenario there. So why data science are the very excitement area for us? Why this is very excitement area? Basically, data analysis has been around for a while. We are analyzing the data from the last so many years. For example, in the first one, in the 1935, when R.F. Fisher give the concept of the ANOVA, that what is that ANOVA? Analysis of variance. And that is the simple collection of the statistical model and that used for the analyzing the differences among the different groups that we have with respect to meaning of the associated procedure and that variation and the different groups. So Fisher gives the some testing there and that is also with respect to concept of the correlation that is not matched with the causal. So we can talk about the data from the 1935 and now this is the 2020. You can say that the data analysis we are doing from the last 100 years. Now you can move toward the next one when W.D. Deming gives you some quality control concept. That is also some statistical sampling where we use for the indexing or use the text and the data in form for the some business decision. Then again, Peter Lewin gives us some business intelligence system in the 1958 where we got the some concept for the business decision. And after that, one book came for the exploratory data analysis in the 1977, where we got the modern prompt of the business with respect to that books from the exploratory data analysis with respect to different languages. Then Howard Dresner gives the concept for the business intelligence with respect to some modern approaches. Then in 1996 Google came and that also gives the concept about the data, how we can handle the data, how we can search the data, how we can process the data, and different concept of the data from the Google. Then in 1997 book came, that is the book by the Tom Michel, that was the machine learning, and this is the book for the process for the machine learning. Then again in the 2007 one more book came, that is the fourth paradigm, and that gives you data driven scientific discovery by the Jim Gray. In the fourth paradigm, they have given the concept about the interacting with the data and the different transaction processing with the data with respect to computer and the scientist. And then in the 2009, that comes the unreasonable effectiveness of the data. And again, we are talking with respect to that data on that scenario. We came toward the data deletes. That is the means in the 2010s, that is the exponential growth in the data value. Basically on that era we have moving toward the digital era. So now for that digital era we can larger exponential growth of that data. So that data can be either business or any government data or society data or the any other vast, there are different vast amount of the data we have. So you can analyze from this scenario how data analysis is important for us. And then there are some internet companies that are started the revolution for the data analysis. There are different companies, that is the Amazon, Netflix or Google, Glassdoor or LinkedIn or different Fitbit or Zillow. So these are the companies who are applying for the revolution with respect to different intelligent application. For example, हम एक example ले रहे हैं Netflix. In the Netflix, for example, if you have searched any movie or any songs or video, and then after some day after that, if you are again going, so they have created one page there in your profile, whatever you have searched and what is the suggested video or movie for your particular profile, or Google page rank. For example, if you have searched anything at some time, so after some day after that, with respect to that scenario, you got the page rank with respect to priority of that searching there. So these are started revolution with respect to data analysis. And according to other, there are some more traditional company that are enriched data with respect to data science. and that companies are the some, for example, we have a Cisco, Walmart, or we have eBay, Coca-Cola, or Visa, or AT&T, FedEx. So these companies are already have a large amount of the data for the analyzing that data. So what is the overview for that? So simply we can say that data have a different variety. For example, we have talked about the data product engineering. Then we have talked with respect to some machine learning concept. So simple, that was the first one. Then this is the second one. Then this is the third one. And this is the fourth one. So now you can see, first we are talking with respect to data product. Then we are engineering on that data. Then we are applying the some advanced algorithm on machine learning algorithm on there. And then after applying the algorithm, we are exploring the data analysis. And after that, we are moving toward the some administration. So there are two concepts. First one is the data scientist and second one is the data analyst. So whatever the data scientists do, they do the simple processing between these three one. With respect to the first with respect to engineering, then with respect to learning, and with respect to the analysis. So now with respect to these three things, we can talk with respect to data scientist, and whatever the data analysts do, that can be do with respect to whatever the exploration of that data, whatever the we have explored the data, and then whatever things we can do with respect to that one. So that is the business administration. So whatever the things beyond that particular data exploration, so that is the concept of the business administration. So that analysts do the work with respect to that administration and the exploration of that data. So again, we can talk with respect to that one. For example, in the earlier stages, we have just traditional research. So on that, we have a different statistical package, and with respect to that package, we have applying the data analysis. Then we can get the concept of the data engineer. So whatever the data, we are getting the right data, then whatever the constraints of that particular data, so that is the part of the data engineer. Then we have some coding technology. So how we are doing the coding? So either we can do with respect to structured query language. For example, if we have web data, on that web data, if we are doing the query with respect to whatever the things on that particular web, so what we will do? We will do the structured query language. We will write some language there, and we can retrieve the data from that particular table. Then we will need to prepare the data. If we have not prepared the data in the proper format, then how we can retrieve the data? Then we have different statistic techniques. So with respect to some experimental, with respect to some model fitting and so on. Then we have a machine learning. So how we are scripting, how we are predicting that. So you can see after the all things, how we are doing toward the marketing, how we are going toward the prediction of that particular information. So simply we ask the question, then with respect to that, we need to understand the customer, we need to define the matrices. With respect to that matrices, we can get the idea about the data. Then translate the non-technical, whatever the non-technical. For example, sometimes if we are talk with respect to chatbot, sometimes if a user cannot be enter anything from the basically if he is not a technical background, and if cannot be enter anything. So chatbot can be also part of the some data science, data analysis with respect to some AI techniques there, and user will directly speak to them, and that enter the data in the data science. So for the data science, so that revolution comes, as we can say that the thousands of years, that was the empirical data, and with respect to that one, then again we are moving toward some computational or the query of the word of the data, and then from the last 20 years we are moving toward a digital data. That was the So we are moving toward a digital data, means that is the e-science. Whatever the we are moving toward with respect to that digital. So we can say that for that particular data, we have a 4 different paradigms. First, with respect to 1000th of the year, where we have also the data. With respect to that, we are writing on the some leaf, or I writing with respect to some information that is also part of the data. Then few hundred of the year, we have a theoretical data. For example, our grandparents, our parent tells me some story. So that was the theoretical story, and with respect to that story, we are analyzing the information. Whatever the things on that year. Then from last 50 years, that is the third paradigm, means we are doing the computation, and with respect to that computation, we are getting the query for the current scenario. And then fourth paradigm, that is the digital scenario, and with respect to that digital scenario, we are moving toward the next information of the data. So what is the data science? Simple. Again, we are summarizing here. So simple, and with respect to statistics, with respect to statistics, then with respect to some data analysis, then business analysis, then some intelligence, then database management, then machine learning or visualization of data or mining, then AI or the some predictive information. So these are the different parts of the data science. What is the big data science task? So simply, for example, if we are talking with respect to Facebook, Facebook contains a larger amount of the data. So on there, we are analyzing with respect to that one. For example, nowadays Facebook have a face prediction. For example, if you have uploaded 100 photos of you in your particular profile page or in your timeline, and after some day, you are adding one more photo with the group folder. In the group photo you are adding. So he is predicting who is that particular person. So that is the concept of the data science. Basically, we are just predicting with respect to some AI and the machine learning algorithm, and we got the name of that particular phase. We can talk for the Amazon. For example, if we have searched anything in the Amazon, and after few days you are again open the Amazon.com. And so that with respect to your purchase suggestion, with respect to your purchase history, or with respect to that things whatever you have discussed, so we got the idea, and that particular gives you some more concept about the new product with respect to data related to that previous one. Then we can Google, that is also a data science task, where for example, if you have searched anything, and if you are writing some misspelling there, so that predict the whatever the correct meaning of that particular word. So he write, did you mean by this one, or did you mean by this one? So this is the some data science there. LinkedIn, that also provides you data with respect to different users and different scenario. Netflix, I already explained the examples of the Netflix. Then Microsoft, that is also have a search or the different scenario there. So what is the regular data science? How we can do the processing with respect to data? So simple, data analysis. First we need to analyze the data. So with respect to analyzing that data, we can do the processing with respect to data. Then we apply some model statistics. We applied some algorithm there for the handling of that data. Basically, if we will not apply the some statistics, or if we not apply the some algorithm there, then what we will do with respect to that data? Then what we will do with respect to how we will get the information from that data? Then we will do the some engineering, or we create the some prototyping there. So simply, what do people look for a data scientist? If we are hiring any data scientist, then what we will look from them? So simply, that is the simply T-shaped skill. Means data scientists have a broad range of the generalist. He have a broad knowledge how much we can apply the information, how we can apply the analysis there, and then how much depth he had, means how much depth he have expertise. So that is the people look for the data scientist, that is the simply T-shaped skill with respect to broader range and with respect to depth knowledge from there. Simply from the broader range, we can with respect to business, we can with respect to some computing, we can with respect to communication, we can with respect to some engineering, that is the software or different things. And for the depth knowledge means how much basics of that particular things, how much domain knowledge behind that, then what about the different mathematics or the statistics concept, then how much he know the current algorithms such as the AI, machine learning, or the different scenario there. So these are just T-shaped scenario for the data scientist, means he should be know for the depth of the knowledge, he should be broader range of the analysis. So what are the roles of the data science? So simply for the engineering, availability of the engineering, then some automation of the software, that is for the application development, then data preparation or discovery of the data or the modeling of the data, so that is the concept of the data scientist, and then domain expert, that will give the some business processes there. So for the statistics, simple. For the researcher, we need to more about the statistics, programming, mathematics, and the big data or the machine learning for the researcher purpose. And then less amount for the business, and then there are different scenarios for the less amount for the programming, then mathematics, then big data and the business analysis. So simply larger variation we need to get about the statistics for the data researcher. Then if we are coming to a data developer, then it should be much more efficient for the programming and for the big data handling with respect to machine learning. And that we also should be know about the business, as well also should be know about the mathematics. But if we are moving toward the creativity, that how much we can create the data, so that we also for the statistics, with respect to that statistics, we can create the larger amount of the data with respect to previous one. Again, we need to know about the programming, then machine learning or the any advanced algorithm. But if we are moving toward a data business person, means how we are handling with respect to data after the analyzing that one. So there we need to much more efficient with respect to business purpose and least for the programming purpose. Simply again we can roles with respect to that data science, how we can get the roles for that one. So if we are talking with respect to data scientist, so that should be prove the hypothesis, whatever the hypothesis we are applying should be that must be prove or disprove. Then he should be gathering the data, he should be information or data gathering. Then he should be play with the data, that is the data wrangling. Then he should be know about the algorithm and the machine learning model, and he should be communicated with the each one for the that particular data. And if we are talking with respect to data engineer, so that must be build data driven program, whatever the data we got from the data scientist or whatever the data we got from the raw data, so that must be build some data driven approach, how much we are applying that knowledge in the that particular scenario. Then that also need to know for the machine learning models, and then the data integration, how we are integrate the data from the one scenario to another scenario. Then visualizing expert, how we are visualize that particular data. So either in form of the storytelling, so we can write some story for that particular data, or we can provide some visual meaning inside that particular data. And then owners, what owners will do for the data? So simple project manager or stakeholder or maintain a vision with respect to that data or facilitate that particular data. So simply data scientists need to know how we need to code. So that again we can say that there are two types of coding, lower level and higher level. Lower level means either we can write with respect to C, C++, or Java or any other. And for the high level programming, he should be know about that is the Python or the Julia programming. So in the second session, you will get the idea about how we can apply the data science with respect to different high level programming with respect to Python or the R. And he also should be know the different other languages, tools, platform or the visualization techniques. So other languages we can say for example .NET or Visual Studio or GitHub programming or the Jupyter or these are the different platform on which he can apply the language. Then other languages such as the C#, Python or the R programming. Then there are different platforms or different tools. With respect to that, he should be know the information. So, for example, I am giving here some brief introduction about the data science with respect to Python, and the detail about these things you will get in the second session. So, for example, in the data science with the Python, so there are different libraries for the data science if we are handling with respect to Python. So, what are these libraries? For example, NumPy, that is the larger library for the Python programming. Every time we write the import NumPy as a NP. So simple, that is the library for the data science. Then again another library, that is the LEARN, that is the free software machine learning library that features various classification, regression, clustering algorithm with respect to different support vector machine and the gradient and all these things, and that is the same as the NumPy or the SciPy. Then again we have one more library, that is the Panda, that is also very popular library for the data scientist for the Python programming. We have some more for the Matplotlib for the plotting of any part. For example, if we have a data in the tabular format and we need to create some visual information from that data, so what you will do? So instead of giving that particular table, we create some graph diagram. So we can create graph with respect to Matplotlib library. Then TensorFlow, that is again an open source software library for the data flow programming. Then Keras, that is also very renowned library, that is the open source, and that Keras will use for the neural network or some deep learning or machine learning techniques there. And there are different tools on which we can write the program. That is the simple, first we can say that is the Jupyter network. That is the Jupyter. So simply with respect to that we can write live code or visualize or write the equation there. Then we have a CO, that is the Co, similar to Jupyter notebook, but here we have some benefit, that is the Google Doc type sharing. For example, if you have written some program in the Google Doc, so you cannot import in the Jupyter, but you can import in the Colab library. That we can also known as the Google Colab. Then another library, that is the GPU enabled in the Jupyter environment, that is the Crystal. So again on this we can write the program for the data analyzing. And apart from that, how to learn the code, how to become a data scientist. So basically, if we don't know about the coding information, if we don't write the code, if we cannot write the code, if we cannot analyze the code, then how we can do the data science, how we can become a data scientist. So simply we can learn the code from the different platforms, for example, Code Academy, HackerRank. So on that we can get the idea for that particular thing. So how data scientists are comfortable? So data scientists need to be comfortable with respect to mathematics, So he should be know about the algebra, linear algebra, or calculus, or the some probability concept, or the graph theoretical concept. So we can create the graph and so on. And he should be comfortable with respect to some statistical analysis. For example, if we have given any data with respect to some tabular information, then how we can analyze the data? So we can analyze either with respect to some distribution, or with respect to some testing, or with respect to some primary statistics, for example, mean, variance, and so on. And then again, he should be know about the machine learning or data structures or the some software engineering concept. So simply machine learning, that is the already we know, supervised, unsupervised, or retrieval or validation, and so on. For the software engineering, he should be know for the data structure. For example, if we have some data and we don't know how we analyze that, so we need to create some tree, or we need to create some graph structure, and with respect to that we can visualize the data. So simply how we can say that who are the data scientists? Yeah, every person be a data scientist? No. Basically, data scientist is just if he has some concept, if he can manage the some statistics or mathematics. That is the some 19%, approximate 19% population throughout that particular data scientist that we cover for the statistics and the mathematics. Then there are some for the social sciences as well, who are handling the data with respect to economics, who are handling the data with respect to some social studies, etc. Then there are some data science and analysis as well, that are the near about 13%. Then with respect to some basic sciences, that is the physics, chemistry, biology, so that are with respect to basically from this particular figure you can analyze data are the everywhere, and in each field we are applying the data science. ऐसा नहीं है कि डेटा साइंस सिर्फ कंप्यूटर साइंस फील्ड वालों के लिए है. डेटा साइंस कैन बी अप्लाई इन द बेसिक साइंस, डेटा साइंस कैन बी अप्लाई इन द ह्यूमैनिटी, डेटा साइंस कैन बी अप्लाई फॉर द एनी अदर, for the engineering or the statistics or mathematics and so on. But larger variety, that is just near equal to larger, approximate 20% data scientists are from the computer science. So now here you can apply, here you can visualize the data scientist in the different terminology with respect to different applications. For example, in the technology, how much data scientist? In the industrial, also we have a data scientist. In the financial purpose, also we have. In the healthcare purpose, we have. Maybe now you have a question: how data science can be applied in the healthcare? Basically, in the healthcare, if we are handling with respect to health data, for example, if we have a X-ray data or CT scan data or the some varieties of the different data with respect to some tabular information, then from that, for example, if we have 100 pieces of the CT scan images, so we can analyze with respect to all these CT scan images, we can analyze with respect to whatever the current situation with respect to that new disease, how we can apply. For example, in the current scenario in the COVID pandemic, that is also a part, we have a larger amount of the data of the COVID patients or the COVID scenario with respect to tested or the so on data. So we can predict up to which date or up to which information we can move for the COVID, or it is going toward a peak or it is going toward a slower down. So all these we can analyze from the data science. And again, basically, as in the Indian scenario, if you are going to do any job, so first question was the what about the salary? That was the first question in our mind came, what is the salary we got from that particular position. So that for the data scientist as well. So for I am giving the comparison between the two countries. First one is the United States and second in the Indian country. So you can analyze how much salary data scientists are getting. That is the much more getting other profession. So simply average base salary is the 130 dollar, that is the $113,000 per year. That is the average salary, and maximum salary is the 154,000, and lower is the 83,000. That is the simple average salary of data scientists throughout the country, and that is the just updated data at the 10th of the October. And talking with respect to data scientist salary in the Indian scenario, so you can analyze how much salary we are getting. Actually, majority of the portion are getting this range, but if we have a higher version, if we have a higher experience of that particular data scientist, so he can get this particular amount of the salary. So you can analyze. Actually, we all are the faculty, so you can analyze how much data scientists are getting the salary in comparison to faculty or any other professions. So now, what are the after the overview of these data science? Now we are getting moving toward where we can apply this data science. Where we can apply. So simply we can apply in the security. For example, if we have a larger amount of the data, so with respect to that data, we can predict. For example, if we are talking with respect to surveillance system. And that surveillance system, we have also huge amount of the data. So we can apply with respect to prediction of the behavior, with respect to detection of the event prediction, with respect to the anomaly detection, or with respect to some activity recognition. We can apply for the security purpose. We can apply data science in the sports as well. For example, if we have a data for any particular player, we have all the previous video of that particular player. So with respect to that one, we can predict, we can analyze, and we can improve our capability with respect to that one. For example, आपने एक मूवी चक दे इंडिया देखी होगी, जब देखी थी उसमें क्या था? And that particular player is watching the different other countries player video, and after that he is analyzing whatever the steps we can take the move for the analyzing or for the improvement of the our player. So with respect to that analyzing or analysis, so that we can apply in the sport for the that one. We can take the application of the data science in the banking and the finance. So with respect to whatever the scenario going, whatever the different prediction, whatever the different with respect to saving or the investment or so on, we can apply the data science. We can apply the data science in the internet search. For example, if you have searched something at one time, so how much relevant you have searched? That got at the first rank, and after that later we have a lower rank. So we are analyzing the data whatever you have written in the search box. With respect to that, analyzing relevancy of that particular word, we got the results with respect to that. Now for the recommender system, we can apply. For example, if we have, I already give you overview of the Netflix. So how we can get the, for example, here you can see if you have watched any movie, so you are getting the movie we think you will. So simply we are getting the recommended movie for our current system. Then we can apply for the image processing as we have done in the security. We have just getting the classification, recognition, event prediction, or behavior prediction, and so on. So we can apply for the image as well. Then for the speech recognition, for example, if we have given 1,000 samples of the speech with respect to different persons, male, female, and in male we have different category, and if we are giving any new speech, so from that we can detect this speech belongs to which category. So that is the speech recognition. Or for the gaming purpose, we can apply the data science with respect to different. For example, nowadays we are giving the so many interactive games. For example, if you are giving the punch towards your screen, then that punch will reflect in the that particular game. Then there are the price comparison websites. So for example, nowadays if you are want to compare the different prices, so what do you do? Simple, you write down whatever we need to do, and then see that you got the simple one platform where you can get the price comparison of the all different websites. The airline routing planning, again we can apply the data science. For example, if you are talking from the Delhi to Mumbai, or Delhi to Ahmedabad, or Delhi to Lucknow, or Delhi to Bilaspur, so there are different routes. So analyzing which route have a busiest place, which route have a busiest route. So with respect to that one, we can route we can move from this place to this place, or this place to this place. So we can route our airlines. So we can create a new planes for the new destination from the source any other. So these are the simple applications for the airline routing planning. Then for the risk detection, again we can apply the fraud and risk detection. For example, if we are giving the identity, if we are writing anything on our keyboard from the keyboard on our web data, so we need to must know that is the secured or not, or what about the risk from that one, that is the secured or not. So these are the different applications where we can apply the data science. Same we can apply for the logistic as well, in the IoT or in the healthcare. So these are the different applications with respect to these ones. Nowadays we are moving toward a driverless vehicle, that is the self-driving car. Means you don't need to do anything, car will automatically move from the one location to another location. Then again we need to apply the data science. We need to know about the route of that particular scenario. We need to know about the location. We need to know about the routing from where to where, what is the shortest route and so on. What is the congestion behind, what is the congestion on that particular route. So with respect to all these data, after the analyzing, we can apply the self-driving cars. So simply we are again summarizing. Data science is everywhere. We can apply the data science in the all fields. That is the just summary of all the previous slide where we have talked about different applications of the data science. Now, what is the impact of data science in our current society? Basically, if we are data, so how we are giving the impact on the current society. So simply for the saving energy, as we know that we are in the digital era. So everything is in our digital scenario, everything we have in the digital format. So we can say that we are just saving the energy. We are not neither writing on the paper or not we are doing anything. We are just storing everything in the smaller manner. Data-driven hospital, so hospitalized success in the data-driven value-based care. Whatever the data we have, so instead of the storing the patient information in form of the paper mode, we have just storage in our system for the storing there. And with respect to that one, we can say that and with respect to that particular data, with respect to that whatever the history of that data, we can apply for the patient, whatever the current things, whatever the scenario we can provide, whatever the health we can provide to that. So with respect to that, we can apply the data-driven hospital. So importance of the data, simple with respect to different scenario. Either we can talk with respect to behavior, or we can sort with intelligence, or AI, or reality, or any agile data, or any IoT. So these are the different scenarios where we are using the data science. So this is the importance of that particular data science. So simple data science helps brand to understand their customer in a much enhanced and empowered manner. So simply brands are whatever the brands we have, for example, Amazon or Netflix or we have different examples. So they are understanding the behavior of the customer on which particular product he is much focusing or interested for the purchasing. Or it allows brand to communicate their story in such a engaging and powerful manner. Or new field that is a constantly growing and evolving. So simply data science is a very enriched field. Why this is enriched field? Basically we have a combined, this is a combined of the all the current non-technical and the technical field together. So simply its science and results can be applied to almost any sector. Either we can talk for the education or we can talk for the travel. So simply in the summarized way, we can say that data science is accessible to almost in the all sectors. In the all sectors, we can say that. So what is the road to become a data scientist? So simply we start from the first fundamentals, and then we need to know about the matrices, algebra, functions, then some relational algebra and different things. Then we can move to the statistics. So here we can get the different idea. So from that statistics we need to know about the programming as well. Then we can move toward the machine learning. Then we can move toward the NLP, or we can say that for the integration data analysis. Then we can say about the toolboxes. Then we can say about the some big data. So with respect to these things, if we know the all information with respect to visualization or with respect to different things, so we can say that that is the concept for the data scientist. So that's all about for the overview of the data science, and in the rest sessions you will get the more detail about the different things whatever I have given here. For example, in the someday you will get the idea about the machine learning, then you will get the idea about the how we will do the programming, then you will get the idea about the text mining, or you get the idea about the different toolboxes. So in the all next 5 days you will get a different idea about the overview and different varieties of the data science. So thank you all. So if you have any query you can just ask now. Hello.
If any participant is having any queries, they can ask.
Good afternoon. This is Sasank Puskar from VIT Mesra.
Okay.
Sir, I've been teaching data mining here for quite some time. So I'm finding the data science word is very similar to data mining because everything is there in the data mining. Because interdisciplinary things like statistics, etc., machine learning, supervised, unsupervised, everything, pre-processing, visualization, so everything is coming under data mining. So why this new term data mining is not being used and data science is being used now?
Data mining is just concept for the handling of data, but data science is the collection of the all information. आप data science में machine learning या statistics use नहीं कर रहे होगे. You are just
data science में sir data mining also has supervised and unsupervised learning like clustering, classification. That is a part of data mining.
Yeah, clustering you can apply and the things you are applying on the data mining there. Basically, nowadays, frankly, I am speaking कि every time you are getting a new word, and these are the nothing, these are the just buzzwords. For example, if we are saying for the deep learning, so what is that? That is just extension of the machine learning. What is the new?
It is an extension of artificial neural network.
Yeah, for example, if we are talking for the artificial neural network, what is that? That is just extension of the neural network.
So these are the simply buzzwords in our current scenario, and our people are just moving towards that particular buzzword. For example, if our students are coming for the project, for the doing any project, he just say that I will apply the machine learning. अब उनसे पूछिए मशीन लर्निंग कहाँ पे अप्लाई होती है, कैसे अप्लाई होती है, वो उनको नहीं पता है, लेकिन
sir, it is very difficult to differentiate between machine learning and data mining also, because everything that is there in machine learning are there in data mining.
Same thing, but only we have a different varieties of the words.
But these new terms, machine learning and data science, has become a buzzword nowadays.
Yeah, buzzword nowadays. For that reason,
previous thing with a new wrapper, probably.
Yeah, we can say that old wine in new bottle.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. This is Satanko, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone having any questions? Manish, sir?
Yes.
So, sir, we can end this first technical session and.
Yes, now you can say.
So, all the participants are requested to please resume at 3 o'clock for hands-on session, and we are having lunch break here. And if anyone having any questions, then they can ask, please, right now.
So either you can ask question now, or I have already given my mail ID in the front of the slide, so you can just write me mail. That is just manish_khare@diict.ac.in.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you, sir. And all the participants are requested to please come back at 3 o'clock sharp for our first hands-on session. Thank you.
Madam Princey.
Ma'am, same ID, same password, same ID, same link, na?
Same. Yes.
Madam Princey, kindly allow us to write in the chat box because it is disabled for us.
Okay, sir. I will check it and I'll enable it.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
One more thing is that is the attendance link we have already sent in that WhatsApp group as well as in your email ID. So kindly fill it before 2. After that we will close. That is for morning session.
Sir, please kindly share also mail also.
Pardon?
Sir, please share also mail.
We have already sent in your mail ID.
Sir, kindly share your attendance also in mail.
We have already shared. We have already shared in your mail ID.
Sir, it is better to share it through this chat box. So it will be easy for us to directly do it from the desktop.
Okay.
The chat is disabled actually. So will you please enable it so that we can ask our queries also through the chat?
Because it has been experienced that during the class the chatting started. That's why we have disabled it. Sending in official email ID.
यहाँ पे अभी मैं नंबर देगी बेटा देखो लिखा तो बहुत सुंदर है